Alright. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm up. Hello, everybody watching. I'm just gonna run a couple quick checks here. You know, audio check things, because I tried to do some recordings earlier today, and my microphone sounded a little weird. So let's see what it actually sounds like on the stream end. Okay, I probably should turn the music down a touch. Let me do that. See if that's better. Okay, yeah, that sounds better. Alright. Yeah, I think it sounds good. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try going with Xenoblade music tonight. Just because I want something a little more fun to listen to. And I haven't had copyright issues with Xenoblade music before, so hopefully I should be okay here. Because I do want to listen to something nice. And related to video games, because I am going to talk about video games a bit tonight. Because it has been E3 weekend. And this is what I've been working on during E3 weekend, so I've been kind of listening to the E3 conferences and stuff while I've been working on this here. Anyway, this is all done. This is prepped and ready to go here, so that's what I'm going to be doing tonight here. The Master Grade Buster Gundam. The Booster Gundam. From Mobile Suit Gundam Seed. In case you didn't know. Yeah, I picked this kit up on a whim a little while ago. And I figured, you know, I kind of want to build one of these. And I haven't done that before. Let me find the chest pieces right there. So, alright, I got a few things to talk about besides just video games. But as usual, with my live build streams, what I do is, this is not everything I do when I build the kit here, otherwise I would be here for hours and 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 hours. And that would just get boring. So I do a lot of prep work beforehand. So, let's see, there's a piece of dust. Get out of here. So what I will do is I will prep the parts ahead of time. And what that means is basically I will just do the panel lining, the markings, and any little itty bit of detail painting I care to do ahead of time. So I don't have to spend so much time doing all that on stream, because that just takes a long time. Piece of dust is still there, get out of here. Alright. Oh, by the way, if you can tell I'm here. See that? I did cut out little pieces of foil sticker for the camera sensors on the torso here. The kit doesn't come this way. I do that on my own, because you can see on the front of the artwork, I believe even right here, there's a little camera sensors like right there. You don't get any stickers for those, so you have to kind of do that yourself. So, but this kit comes with plenty of foil sticker. If you want to do that, let me grab those here. And we can see, yeah. So I just cut a little tiny segment out of that right there. I'm gonna poke at something here for a moment here, just excuse me. Sometimes my camera is like, well, we don't quite have the correct hue for you here. Like, because finding white balance is sometimes, I get a little picky about the white balance sometimes. I guess that looks close enough. It's a little better. It was making this look like really, really green when it's supposed to. This is actually more just a standard green. It's not supposed to be a warm green. That's what I was trying to fix there. Anyway, we're not messing with the stickers because stickers are already done. So, the other thing I need to mention about my live builds here, just to make it clear here, I like to build the internal frame first, and I like to take a few pictures of that. So, that's how the build is going to be. I'm going to do the internal frame stuff first, which will probably take up the majority of my time. I need to make sure that is... The music thing is still up, otherwise it will stop playing on its own if I don't leave it up. Alright. This is kind of mention like a few things about the kit itself here. I guess I can probably zoom in a bit more. Just a little bit more, not a whole lot. This white balance does nothing for my skin tones. I have the skin tone of a Vulcan in a slightly olive shade. Not really, it's just a white balance on this thing. Which I almost feel like messing with again, because it's like... It's either, I can never quite get it to look right. Like it either goes too far one way or too far to the other way. And now it's like... See, that looks a little bit more natural. But I have noticed it'll make the greens look a little too warm as a result. So I just can't win. I can't win with the white balance. It makes certain things look okay and other things don't look okay. Oh yeah. The cockpit area. I should probably show that off before I put stuff on here. Very simple cockpit. Little figurine of a Dirka, that's his name, or Diarca, depending on how you want to pronounce it. I didn't paint it, I just kind of did panelining on that. So this piece needs to go in here. This little piece that goes E7. Gotta make sure I find the right one. Not gonna be that. Those go on the arms. So it has to be this one. Okay, so why don't I just get on to the main topic, which is E3 stuff. I guess I'll try to go in order from what I can remember. Well, actually, overall. Let's state overall first. Overall, it was a very lackluster and disappointing E3. There wasn't really that many games that got announced that I was really personally interested in. Very few, actually. So, it was disappointing for me in that sense, but I actually imagine it was disappointing for quite a lot of other people, because there's a lot of stuff that a lot of people were expecting that just didn't happen. And instead you got stuff that you didn't quite want to hear quite so much about. Like, chaos! You must kill chaos. Stuff like that. It's like, I'll get to Chaos later here. Okay, let's see. I can't even remember some of the conferences because it just wasn't just wasn't anything I was interested in. I suppose we can start with the one I can initially remember, which is the Xbox Bethesda. Really only a couple of things in that kind of caught my interest. So first, kind of a first look at Starfield. Kind of. To be honest, I mean, I'm interested in Starfield because I'm usually interested in Bethesda's single-player RPGs, provided it is going to actually be a single-player RPG, which I still don't know. And that is kind of the... We saw a little teaser. I think that's the best way I can describe it. And the information we got from that is a release date. That's kind of it. So yeah, you're probably like me and probably a lot of other people. It's like, yeah, we kind of would like to have some more information. There's really not much else I can say about it. November 11th next year. You got that. So, that's all you're going to get to know. For now, at least. So I can't say whether I'm excited for the game or I'm not interested because I don't know. I don't have enough information to make a judgment call one way or the other right now. So this is kind of like... Okay. So we had that. See the rest of the Microsoft, Xbox, Bethesda stuff. What else do we have? Or stuff that was noteworthy to me, but I actually remember. I did talk quite a bit about Forza Horizon 5, which... While I haven't really played any of the Forza games in a long time, it's probably the best thing they showed in the Xbox conference. So, I think it's, let me put it this way, I probably have more of a favorable opinion of it than a lot of other games that were shown. It looks good, I'm not going to deny it. I mean, I used to play a lot of Forza Motorsport on my old Xbox when I had it, so they're generally pretty good games. Although I kind of started petering out of them when they started really like leaning heavily into just multiplayer only stuff instead of having a decent single player campaign. I don't know if that's the case with Forza Horizon, because I never really played any of the Forza Horizon games, but it does look fun. It's probably the most fun thing they showed, so I guess I will give them that. So let's see. Now, the backpack here. The thing is that the way this thing is like built and set up is like you have to have this in here in order to attach the backpack piece in. So, because there's nothing in here, because this holds the polycap. There's nothing in here to hold the polycap. So I can't really like stick this on here by itself, so it's not going to work. So it's just the way this is designed, which is not ideal. Because, okay, there's really not much of a backpack internal frame to this thing, it's just kind of this piece. There's really nothing I can do with this. Because this is the actual back piece here. And this is what the actual thrusters connect to. It'll connect in like right there. So, yeah. That's probably all I'm going to get for the internal frame out of this. So, all of this wonderful stuff is going to be pushed off to the side now. But yeah, so yeah. Internal frame of the torso area, that's what we got here. This is what the arm joint looks like. So, pretty basic arm joint. Shoulder joint, not arm joint, sorry. I need to correct my terminology here. And the waist would bend like so. Pretty basic. It's not really... This is all the, standardized Gundam Seed X frame. That is not unique to just the Buster Gundam. They reused this frame mold for the other Gundam Seed Master Grades. And I can certainly tell. There's just something about that which I don't know if I should probably mention now or wait till my review video. I'm gonna think about it right now, because there was something I have to say about that. But I'm probably gonna wait till my review video and talk about that. So, because right now I just kind of want to talk about other things and focus on the build and... So the head... Okay, yeah, so moving on, just ignore what I'm saying, I'm just ranting here. The head does not have an internal frame. No. Nothing I can do there. Hello, Twisted was here. Yes, you need to get back into Gunpla building. There's always plenty to do. It is the plastic addiction. And by being here, you're telling me that you have a affinity for the addiction of the plastic. Whether it be polystyrene or ABS. We got arms. One arm. And two arm. And which is... this is the right arm. This is the left. Okay, let me do the right arm first. These pieces over here, because I'm not going to use them right now. Let's just do the internal frame. I have a few perfect grades in my backlog. Well, that's a big backlog. You should probably get on that. Because you don't want those sitting there forever, otherwise, you know, they go bad, they spoil after a while. Did you know that? I'm just kidding. Your Gunpla's been sitting in your closet too long, starting to grow mold. You don't want it to get moldy. Or it's been so long that they come out with a better version of the kit. I mean, like, dang it, they came out with a 3.0 of that kit already. Why is it still sitting in my backlog? Well, because you waited too long. No, to be honest, I'm a little bit jelly of anybody that has an actual backlog of kits. I usually don't have much of a backlog, so it's like, you know, I'm very kind of choosy about what kits I want to build. I don't just collect kits. I just kind of, it's like, I feel like building this kit, so I'm gonna go buy this kit and build this kit. That's kind of the way I am. So it's kind of hard for me to think like 6 months to a year out on building kits. I know some people are like that. I mean, you kind of have to be that way with P Bandai, but it's kind of hard for me to think that far ahead in advance. I'm just like, but Buster Gundam, well, a lot of these Seed Master Grades, they kind of just came back into stock the past month, so. And I think Bandai is kind of anticipating putting more Seed Master Grades back into production again. In anticipation of their Gundam Seed news. Yes, there is Gundam Seed news. I have like 2 or 3 on pre-order. Yeah. I have a couple kits on pre-order from P Bandai. Still kind of waiting on. One of them should be coming this month. By the end of this month, hopefully. Let's see, what am I doing? Polycat. When did this kit come out? I think this is 2011 when this kit came out. It comes with this big runner of polycaps, but it doesn't really use very many of them. I guess I was just kind of surprised how many polycaps were in this kit. Because I figured, oh, there wouldn't be that many in here, but there kind of is. Okay. Or is there anything else I gotta do on here? Just... So this is just basically what the arm frame is. Just that. The hand. Oh. This is the shoulder. And there's really not much to the shoulder. So it would be just this. I suppose I can put these on. They go... Hold on. You have the real grade perfectibility and the Gundam Mark V. Well, I have one of those on pre-order. The big one. Although I guess they're both kind of big. But the perfectibility comes with everything that the Unicorn Gundam comes with, I believe. Like all the different option parts and everything. Well, it doesn't come with the full armor stuff. I don't think so. But all the stuff that the Banshee would come with. But I do have a Gundam Mark V on the way. At some point I'll get that. And that will be my next build after this. Hopefully. Well, I'm planning for it to be my July build. That's where I'm sitting with that right now. I think I can probably get away with just that, so... Yeah, a combination of the Banshee and Phoenix narrative, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, that's good enough for the arm frame. Take the rest of this and set it aside. So I don't lose my parts. Where's that polycap go? That goes inside the... Okay, I see. Okay, it's not that important. It just goes inside the shoulder, but I'm going to take the shoulder back apart anyway, so... I'm going to do the final build. And I put the rest of the stuff on. Okay, so this is supposed to be all the same thing. That's... Alright, I guess I'll get back to the E3 stuff. Alright, what else was there? I already kind of talked about the Microsoft Bethesda stuff. So, what else was there after? Oh, Square Enix, okay. There's really only a few conferences I can kind of remember off the top of my head that had interesting stuff in it. And the Square Enix thing, so... I only talk about the Square Enix thing because I'm always kind of interested to see what Square Enix does. But they didn't really have much of anything I was interested in. So, okay, so the first thing is that they really want to talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy game. They spent way too long on that. I was like, I was gonna fall asleep. I don't care about this. Move on. But okay, yeah. So they really want to push their Marvel, the Marvel license that they have to make games, and they want to push that. So have some more Marvel games. I don't know why I kind of harp on that a little bit here, because I generally like the MCU movies. I just don't care about the games. It's like, I don't know. Am I weird in thinking that way? Like, I like the Marvel films. I just don't care about playing games from Marvel. I feel like I must be in the minority with that. But, yeah, so they had more stuff about Avengers and I think a Wakanda expansion to the Avengers game, which I don't care about. Whatever. And then they talked about blah 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 blah. Talked a lot about the Life is Strange stuff. That they got remasters of the original first two games, and then they talked about the other game, the new one. I forgot the name of it already. I don't dislike the Life is Strange games. I actually played the first game. I actually liked it, but that was back in the time when I generally kind of enjoyed playing the Telltale type of narrative games, which is kind of what I classify the Life is Strange under. And I kind of grew out of those, so I don't really have much interest in those types of games anymore. So I'm not against the games. I'm just kind of like, okay, I don't really play this sort of game anymore, so I don't really care. But whatever. I'm sure it's fine. They're doing remasters for some reason of the first two games, which I don't think they really need to do, but it's Square Enix. I guess they can spend their money how they want to. And then after that, we had everybody's probably the one big meme of E3 is Chaos. I must kill Chaos. Chaos. I swear sometimes I don't know what is going on with Square Enix anymore, but we're gonna make this super dark, edgy, Souls-like game using parts of the first Final Fantasy game. I'll be honest, I don't know what they're doing. It's like, we're gonna have this thing where we have these super edgy characters, like 3 male, edgy, wearing black characters who are like, Chaos, I must kill Chaos, 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 I will kill Chaos, Chaos. It was so weird. It's like, okay, I guess they're trying to make like a Dark Souls type of game out of Final Fantasy. Like, we really need another Souls game. Because that's the type of thing gamers want to see these days. You know, not like, you know, Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 or some other Final Fantasy game getting some attention. No, well, to be fair, I guess they are paying attention to the first Final Fantasy game, so I guess I can't really lob that at them. It's just very weird. And I don't know what to think about it. It's just, I'm not gonna play it. It's not for me, I can tell you that. Alright, we got some legs. Leg. And another leg. Now this one is the... This is the right-hand leg. And that's the left hand. The left-hand one has the yellow stickers on it. Yeah. As long as I keep track of that, I can put this together correctly. So yeah, that was Square Enix, so As much as I'd like to hear about some more traditional IPs from Square Enix, from what I generally understand, is this is mostly Square Enix North America stuff that they showed off, so that's why we had so much Marvel and Life is Strange stuff, and they tried to inject a little bit in there from Square Japan, and that was the Chaos stuff, so most of Square's more traditional IP stuff gets announced at the Tokyo Game Show, not at E3, so I guess that's not surprising. Not too surprising what we got out of that. And this here, this can just be together. I just need to organize my parts a little bit here. Oh, oh, stream, what you doing? What you doing? It's like freezing on my monitor, that's all. Oh, my bitrate dropped a little bit. No, it's back up. No, it's dropped again. I hope I don't have issues here. Oh, network error? What? No. Can't have that. Hold on. Right. Okay. Okay, looks like I'm still up. Okay. I hate it when I have network issues while I'm streaming. It's just where I live. The internet is not super great. And sometimes shit happens. I hope tonight is not one of those nights. What? Why am I down to 1,000 now? Okay, well the only problem is it's probably just gonna make a huge delay in the stream. Of course it would have to happen tonight. Alright, okay. Let me just focus on building, because there's nothing I can do about that. If it's gonna happen, it's just gonna happen, so... Look, alright. Footsies. Where's the other part of it? This foot. I might have to actually assemble parts of the foot here. The rest of the foot here to do this. Because it may not stay to get there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this has to go on first. And I need this piece. Okay, so let's get back to what I'm talking about here. So, alright, so that was the Square stuff here. Square Enix stuff I talked about. So what happened after that? What else do we have? Capcom. Capcom was kind of disappointing. The only thing is... why does that not want to go in? That's just a tight fit. That's a tight fit. Okay. It's in there. I guess I'll just leave that piece off for a moment. This needs to go this way. Onto here. It's like I already forgot about what Capcom had. Oh, why do we get these weird people who do these things? Like, If only OBS like had better tools here for me to use. Oh, like I always gotta stop because I gotta do these things. Like, oh, freaking arrow. Yeah. One of these days I have to come up with a. Sometimes I just can't talk. You come up with a better way to do moderation sometimes on my channel, but I'm not really a big channel, so I don't really have a whole lot to deal with. Just like every now and then, there's some idiot I gotta deal with. It's usually bots. It's just bots. You gotta battle the bots. Alright. Capcom. I'm trying to remember what Capcom had. Monster Hunter stuff? I think? It's like, wow, I really can't remember. Okay, well, I'm being a little facetious there, so, I mean, I do actually know about Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, but the thing is I already knew about that, so it's not like I really had to remember about that, because I already have that game pre-ordered, and I'm going to play it, so it's like, okay. It was just nice to kind of see a little bit more of the game. And that's kind of about all I really remember from the Capcom stuff. Is that sad? That's just sad. It's like the only thing I remember. Because there's nothing else in Capcom I actually remember. It's like, oh, that. Yeah, that. So, there's nothing else. Let's see, which way does this go? Thinking this is gonna be like that. See if I did this right here. Go bend, open up. That, okay. And then you this piece. No, I need this whole thing up. Okay, it needs to go. This needs to go here. And that's going to be right there. Alright, so that's Capcom. That's all I can remember from Capcom. Let's see. So I guess that pretty much leaves Nintendo. Nintendo! Hold on, let me get this in here correctly first, then I'll talk about Nintendo. And make sure this is in here right. So it's gonna go in like so. I will say Nintendo had more stuff that I was interested in than any of the other conferences or presentations. I mean, even Nintendo, kind of at their most boring, they usually have something at least that'll be interesting. At their best, they're awesome. And they have really awesome stuff, and even at their lowest, they'll have like something that's mildly interesting. This E3 was kind of half and half for me. So first thing, obviously, is like, we got a new Metroid game. It's not Metroid Prime 4, but you got Metroid 5. That is what they kind of unofficially, I guess, calling it. So we got Metroid Dread, which is going to be in the style of Samus Returns, which is okay. It's okay by me. I'm probably going to get it. I'm probably going to play it. So these little things, they need to go like so. I did kind of enjoy Samus Returns. It's not the best 2D Metroid game I've played, but it was probably okay for what it was. I still like AM2R better. Just, that's what I'm... You didn't hear that from me. The Perfect Grade you have is the Unicorn Final Battle version and the Perfect Grade Unleashed. Final Battle version, that's the green one, the one with the green cycle frame, the P-Bandai one. And Perfect Grade Unleashed. I would like to really get the Perfect Grade Unleashed at some point. I just don't really have the funds for it. And it's like whenever I have the money for it, I can't buy it. So I have to wait for the stars to align properly whenever I have the money and the ability to buy one. Those two things have to happen at the same time, so until those things happen, I'm not going to be able to get a Perfect Grade Unleashed. I just kind of have to wait on it. But yeah. Yeah. Congratulations on getting one. It looks to be a very fantastic kit. One of these days I'll get one. One of these days. Maybe not until next year. There's always next year. Alright, see, is there anything else I gotta do here? Well, I probably should get the top of the hip. Just gonna be this piece. Yeah. And, okay, yeah, there was Metroid with, yeah, Mission Metroid, I'm probably gonna get that. Because, you know, I like Metroid, and there hasn't been many Metroid games in a long time. And... Look, right? Is that right? Yeah, okay, I guess that is right. This piece goes on the back. Oh, that's right, there's like a separate piece for that. It's because I was thinking of this thing here. But there, okay, there's a piece that goes there. That's all. Alright. I will say that is the leg frame. I don't think there's really anything else I gotta stick on here. I mean, I guess I could put this on here. Alright, we'll leave it like that. That'll work. So leg bend. Leg close. I have heard some people say this thing pops out right here, and I can understand that. So I will keep an eye on that. Otherwise, typical leg frame. I'll give it toe bend. Well, obviously it's not going to bend that far when I get the rest of the kit built, but I'll do a toe bend. Alright. Set that aside. Let's see. Okay, so the other thing Nintendo had that kind of interested me is they are bringing back a Fatal Frame game. Now, I really do enjoy the Fatal Frame games as a franchise. It's a shame because the games are kind of hard to get a hold of, and they're kind of console locked, to put it mildly. I really enjoyed the first three Fatal Frame games on the PlayStation. And probably... I always have this kind of internal debate whether I like those better than the Resident Evil games, but the Resident Evil games are very, very mainstream. Fatal Frame is a little bit more niche, but I kind of like playing the Fatal Frame games a little better than Resident Evil, because there is something that the Fatal Frame games do better than Resident Evil, and that is atmosphere. They do atmosphere in their game extremely well, and I would say better than Resident Evil. So, that's why I generally like playing those games, because, yeah, you can play Resident Evil if you just want to, like, get guns and shoot zombies and stuff like that, which is fun. I'm not trying to deride that or anything. But in Fatal Frame, you have to deal with ghosts as enemies. And the thing about the ghost in those games is that you can't really kill them. So that's kind of already kind of raises the threat level a little bit more than what you encounter in a Resident Evil game. You can kind of make them go away temporarily, but you can't really permanently get rid of them in those games. And the other thing is that ghosts are not bound by the physical objects in the game, so they can go through the walls, they can go through the floors in some situations, they can come through the ceilings in some situations. So when you're playing the Fatal Frame games, that's something you got to kind of keep in mind in the back of your head. Like, the ghost can literally come at you from 3 dimensions. You have to think 3-dimensionally in those games, and they will follow you around from room to room too. So it's not like you can just exit a room and get away from them like you can with a zombie most of the time in the Resident Evil games. Or at least in the old Resident Evil games, the zombies wouldn't necessarily follow you from room to room. It would be only the tyrant that would follow you around, or something like that. But no, in Fatal Frame, the ghost will follow you around from room to room. So you have to kind of keep that in mind. Eventually, they'll give up and just peter off, from what I remember. But that was always something about those games, and it was always kind of neat. And plus, I do find ghosts kind of interesting. The other thing that the Fatal Frame games does differently from Resident Evil that I do kind of like is that there are the ghost enemies, but the ghost enemies kind of all have a story behind them. That's not something you really get in Resident Evil. Like, you don't get the story behind how this Joe Schmo became a zombie, or other Joe Schmo number 3 became a zombie. You don't really get those stories. In Fatal Frame, they do kind of give you the story behind every ghost, and that just kind of adds to the creepiness and unease of those games. So, and I guess that's part of the reason why some people get really creeped out playing those games, because you get to really know about the stories behind all the ghosts and how they died and everything. And then it's like, then your imagination kind of fills in the gaps, and that's one of the keys to good horror and spooking people out, and let them use their imagination to fill in the gaps. And that's why I kind of like the Fatal Frame games, because they kind of do that sort of thing. Resident Evil, for all of its horror stuff, they do try to over-explain things a bit too often. Like, there are times when I feel like they should not explain stuff, but they kind of still do anyway, so... Anyway. I need to... I'm talking, I'm forgetting what I'm doing here. I'm trying to put this thing together, I'm like, talking, and I'm like, just put the darn shit together. What you doing? So, anyway. That was my little short rant on Fatal Frame. Excuse me. But here's the thing about the game that's coming out. I forgot the name of it already. It's like the Maiden of Black or something like that. But it's not a new Fatal Frame game. It's just the one that was on the Wii U that came out a few years back. Which is fine, I haven't played it. I looked at the reviews for it, and the reviews are kind of not the best reviews on it, so I'm kind of like, okay. There's a good chance I'll pick it up. I just have to kind of decide which console I want to pick it up on, because it's weird that it was announced during Nintendo's conference, but the game is actually going to be available on multiple consoles, so it's not just Nintendo, so... It'll be available for PC on Steam, so I'm kind of debating whether I want to get it on Steam or my Switch. So, but I'm not quite there to make a decision yet. That's still a little ways off for me. This is supposed to be like this, right? Yeah, okay, that's right. Get this on here, so. And let's see, was there anything else from Nintendo that is noteworthy? Wait, hold on. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about the interruption there. Okay, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I'm trying to get this on here. I was trying to think, is there anything else from Nintendo that was of interest? Oh yeah, they showed up a little bit more Breath of the Wild 2. I guess that's of interest to me. But it's still kind of a ways off, so I can't really get myself too excited about it. But like, yes, more Breath of the Wild 2. But I can't... Excuse me? The hell's... Ants? The hell? The hell did that come from? Ants! You saw that live. There was an ant. It was like right there. It's an ant. I don't know where that came from. I step away from my desk for like less than a minute and I come back and there's an ant. At least it wasn't like a spider or a roach. Well, actually, if it was a spider, I'd probably just like shoot it away. But... And for the roach, I probably would have killed it, like, right there, and it would have been very graphic. I hate roaches. Oh, yes, ants. Don't be building Gunpla on your desk, that's how you get ants. Yeah, what was I talking about? Okay, yeah, Breath of the Wild, okay, so yeah, of course I'm interested in Breath of the Wild, but I can't get too excited about it because it's still, like, so far off. I was like, okay, that's cool. Thanks for the update, Nintendo. And thanks for at least letting people know that you are still working on Metroid Prime 4. So, yeah, that was it. I know a lot of people are probably hoping for some other stuff from Nintendo, like, maybe some stuff from Monolith Soft. But I guess it's still too early for that, so... That's okay. I'd rather they take their time. I'm sure there'll be some more Xeno content at some point. It's a given. I'm still kind of slightly worried they're gonna make stuff exclusive to the Switch Pro whenever that happens. Nintendo's probably holding on to their... keeping their cards close to their chest with the Switch Pro right now. They're like, we'll announce it when we're ready. And I was thinking about this. I think they probably already have the Switch Pro done and ready to go, but they might actually be waiting until the distribution and silicone chip situation gets better before they actually start, before they make an official announcement with it. That would be my guess. And if that's what they're doing, then you know what? I'm okay with that. I think that's a smart decision to make right now, because everybody's having a hard enough time getting a hold of things right now, especially when it comes to anything electronics-wise, because, you know, there's only so much semiconductor chips out there right now, and it's still going to be a while before things get back to normal. And I'm sure Nintendo wants to make sure that everybody possible can get a hold of a Switch Pro if they want to get one. So if they're going to wait a little bit, I'm okay with that, because I'm not going to be one of those people that's going to be like super picky about the Switch hardware itself. It's okay, because, you know, I'm one of those people that's like, I don't really need to have 4K capable Switch, but I will recognize that the Switch probably could use a little extra horsepower to kind of keep up, but I don't really need the 4K or anything right now, so it's like, I'm okay with the way things are right now, so I'm just like, if Nintendo wants to wait longer on the Switch Pro, I'm okay with that. And let's see, I think that's probably, sure everything here is working. Hold. Take this on. And that is probably good enough for the leg frame. Cool. Let's set that there. Alright, so that just leaves the waist now. I think that should be it for the internal frame stuff. Gather my parts back up so we don't lose anything. And I think we're probably drawing to the end of E3 stuff, because the only thing left after that was really the... Actually, there really wasn't anything after Nintendo, was there? For a moment, I was kind of hoping that Bandai Namco would have something interesting, like, you know, because they're the one company that makes Gundam video games, and I was kind of hoping, maybe there'll be something interesting. Like, nope. We're just going to talk about House in the Ashes. I hope you're interested in that, because if you're not, then I guess E3 is over. And thus, E3 was over, because I don't know anything about that game, and I don't really care. So yeah, that was E3. So there's probably, like, out of the entire E3, it's like, games I'm going to actually get. Metroid Dread, probably the Fatal Frame game. That's kind of it. But games I'm kind of interested in, but I just don't have enough information about, like Starfield, I don't have any information on, so I can't really say anything about it. Breath of the Wild 2 I'm interested in, but again, this is so far off that I can't really get excited about it, so that's kind of it. So yeah, E3 was just kind of disappointing. Not the worst E3, but I think a lot of people were hoping for a bit more out of this, considering that last year was just... I don't think they really even had an E3 last year. So I guess people were expecting there would be more would happen. But nope, we didn't really get that. So, oh well, I mean, at least there's a couple things. There's probably at least one thing that everybody was interested in, and that was it. So, come on. This. There we go. Okay. But you want to know what snuck under the radar while all this E3 stuff was happening? New Gunpla kits! Do you want some more Gunpla builder kits? Or... No, what do they call it? Gundam Breaker stuff. You want some Gundam Breaker kits, which are recolors and recombinations of other kits you've already built before? Well, gee golly, we've got more of that coming. Get this on here correctly. No, I think it goes the other way. What am I doing? This is backwards. There you go. Okay, yeah, that looks... Hold on. Oh, I'm holding it the wrong way. I'm the one who's backwards. It's like, I was backwards. I had it right the first time. There we go. Oh yes, the one clear part I can actually put in is this thing. This little bit here. And yes, that is oriented correctly. Okay. Stick that in. The one clear part I can actually put in here. And I don't need to do anything else on that. It's gonna go right here. And you don't get any stickers for this too, by the way. You have to actually paint this in. So, no foil stickers for that. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of new Gunpla high grades that are coming. They're mostly just recombinations of stuff that we already have, I think. With one notable exception, which was pointed out to me. Probably an indicator that we might get a Death Sky Fell high grade. Because there apparently are parts for one in one of the kits that are been announced. So yeah. I was kind of looking at it and I was like, oh wait, so they're finally coming out with a high grade Artemis Gundam. Then I looked at it again and I was like, oh wait a minute, that's not the Artemis. It looks like the Artemis, but it's not. It's... They're calling it the Helios. The Helios Gundam. I was like, okay. Alright. Okay, it can be the Helios Gundam. I'm assuming that's also from the... I'm going to assume it's from the Gundam Breaker mobile game. What am I doing? Why is this... Oh, so this is not going to attach. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Okay. I just want to make sure I was okay sticking that on there like that. Okay, so I think that's kind of... These are just actual side script pieces. I guess I can stick those on. I'll probably just leave these off because I can't put this one on here anyway, so I'll just leave it like that. Alright. I think that'll work. Alright. So now we got some naked Buster Gundam. So enjoy that while you can, because it's going to be covered up soon. The reason I do the internal frame first is because I do want to take some pictures of this. So that's why I'm building this part first. And then I'll do the rest of it. So, and speaking of pictures, I'm going to go do that right now. So I will be back in maybe 2 or 3 minutes. I realized I never had a box photo set up for this. Whatever. I'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes. It doesn't take me long. Okay. Alright, pictures are done. We'll move on to building the rest of this thing now. It's a pretty decent looking internal frame. It's about typical for what I expect from Master Grade level of detail. It's like, it feels detailed, but it's not like super detailed. It's like detailed in spots. Like, there's detail right here. There's detail right here. There's a little bit of detail here on the forearm. Not a whole lot. It's not much on the upper arm. Torso. Stuff in the waist. Some basic stuff in the shoulders. Some basic detail in the ankles. That's kind of it. Not really. I guess it's like, as you're building, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of detail on the parts, but once you get it all together, it kind of looks better. Don't lose your thumb. Don't lose your thumb. Put that back on. Alright, so left arm, I'm just going to put these aside for a moment. Right arm. So, legs, and right leg, left leg. Gotta make sure I get my right and left correct here. Alright, so we'll go back to the torso. Okay, magic zoom. And now is where the magic happens. The rest of the kit comes together. Parts. Parts. Plastic parts. Okay. So... this goes here. I know it seems like it's a very sad piece of music, but it's actually one of the better pieces from the Xenoblade soundtrack. There's actually a lot of really good music in the Xenoblade soundtrack. This one's very fitting because it's like for a forgotten Makina village area, so it works very well in the area that it plays in. Even though it may sound like a bit of a sad song, well, it might have some hints of it, but it's not really meant to be a sad song. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Let's see. So let's go in front. And go up and back. And this is where things start to move a lot faster now. Zoop. Zoop. So you go down, then you push it back. Does that make sense? Or just... Oh, it just goes on there. Okay. Didn't really have to push it back, so... And these little pieces, they need to go... like so. I don't really think I had too much else to talk about, besides, you know, the E3 and the new Gunpla stuff. There's not really much in the new high-grade Gunplas that were shown that really kind of interested me. It's like, I think the only thing kind of slightly caught my attention was like, maybe there was a high-grade Artemis, but there's not, so I'm like, okay. So my interest kind of went down. It has like the Freedom Gundam wings on the back, but they're kind of upside down. It just looks kind of weird to me, but whatever. And they have this variation of the Shining Gundam, which has the Shining Foot. For anybody that kind of thought there needed to be a Shining Foot on a mobile fighter. Okay. Let's see. Backpack. Where wants the backpack now? I'll grab the one piece here. Oh, I need to maybe build those little things first. The thrusters! The actual thrusters themselves. Very simple construction here, just 3 pieces. Just like that. Butterfingers. And what's nice about these things, there is no up or down orientation on these, because they just kind of, they go either way. Well, as long as you don't put them in this way, because that would obviously be wrong. I will say one of the things I noticed about this kit, and you have to kind of be careful about. I'm not sure if I especially like what they did here, but it's probably most obvious here on the backpack. You have this plastic, and you have this plastic. It's all gray. There's 2 different plastics on this here, and if you're not paying attention, you can kind of get these mixed up, because this piece here on the back, this is ABS plastic. This piece here is polystyrene plastic. The only reason I bring that up is because if you clip these parts out and you're not paying attention, if you put panel liner stuff on the ABS plastic, it will ruin this piece. It will ruin the ABS plastic, so that's just something to remember. So when I panel line the ABS plastics, the ABS parts, I use my panel liner pen, the cheapo panel liner pen for these things. I don't use my pouring type ink markers or thinned out paint on these parts, because you will be asking for trouble if you do that. The only reason I bring that up is because you have a gray plastic part with a gray ABS piece, and you can get these mixed up very easily on this kit. So it's just kind of something to be aware of, because you don't want to mix these up and then use the wrong panel liner on the wrong part, or you will have a bad day. Not that it's too big of a deal with a Master Grade kit, but I would probably not use any type of solvent-based panel liner on an ABS part, because you would just you're just asking for trouble if you do that. Alright, so backpack is simple enough. And that is a backpack. Yep. Yoop, 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 yoop. And now I can finally do the head. And when I do my clear parts, or at least what I like to do nowadays, I only really use the sticker for the eyes, because the eyes just kind of look better if I do it this way. The rest of the clear parts I like to paint. I like to paint these. So I'll use clear paints with a little bit of silver paint behind them. And more often than not, that looks pretty good. And that's what I like to do. So, like I said, the only exception is the eyes. Sometimes I will just use the eye stickers, because it's easier, and it just looks better that way most of the time, so I'm not really super picky about the stickers, but it's just what I've learned to do over time, is to do things that way. Okay, it goes straight in there. Alright. I was just double checking, like trying to figure out, is this supposed to go in here first? But no, okay. It just slides through. Uh-huh. Okay. Alright, so before I go any further here, I did notice something. I don't know if you caught that. What just happened there. This here. Little chin piece is not really secured in very well. There's really nothing holding it in back here. So theoretically, I think it's possible to pop this out completely. Yeah. Yeah, if you push back on that too far, you can probably pop that out completely. So something to keep in mind. Don't press on this. Of course, you can always stick some glue in there and fix that. But I don't have my glue out here right now, so I'm just gonna have to not mess with that. And these little tiny little pieces here, make sure they are oriented correctly here. I think that's the right way to. Yeah, my fingers are too fat. My fingers are dummy thick, and I keep dropping the parts kernel. There we go. There, trim on. No, really, my fingers are too big for this. Like, get in there. No, go in. There we go. And then this piece just goes on like that. Alright, so we got the head of the Buster Gundam here. I do want to point out that this piece and the clear piece in the front is kind of hard to see right here, but this is kind of a rounded piece. It's not flat. So if you do paint it or decide to put the sticker on it, you have to kind of make sure it wraps around that piece. And that's kind of like the only thing you'll probably notice about that. But then again, it gets kind of covered up by this piece here, so you don't really see it too well. That's back camera. I think since it does kind of go through. Hold on, I'm gonna try something here. Yeah, no, that's not right. Yeah, flashlight, there we go. That's what I want. Let's see if this works. Oh yeah, you can probably see it on camera. But yeah, the clear piece goes all the way through that. So if it hits the light just right, you can kind of light it up a little bit. It's like a little loose. Yeah. And that back collar piece does kind of get in the way a little bit. This piece here. It's like, I feel like if this was like a millimeter or two shorter, just shave off like a millimeter or two off of that, it would probably fit a lot better. It's the way it is, it kind of gets in the way a little bit. Oh, okay. Anyway, that's the head. So arms. Or my right arm. These parts. I guess I'll stick this piece in first because it has to go right there. Make sure it goes in without any junk in there. Like that. So you know what, I'll put together the shoulder first here since I have these parts here anyway. Alright, so poly cap has to go. Poly goes right there. This piece I think goes right there. Put these back on here because they keep going off. And Yeah, you have the wrong shoulder piece. Yep, this is the left arm. Alright, hold on. I got my arms mixed up. Just move to the side. Okay, that's the correct arm piece. So we need this little piece needs to go here. Along with this. Okay, that's one shoulder. Alright, now the rest of the arm. Pretty sure this is gonna have to come off. Because that needs to slip over there. Then you can put that back on. Little piece. I think it goes on the upper slot. Okay, so it goes right here. And on the back, we have this piece, which doesn't fit on there. Do it on here. There. Switch to a closed fist here. Because the arm is now coming together here. Alright. Interesting. Is that supposed to happen? Okay, wait. I need to figure this out here. What exactly is happening here? So the arm bends, it's... Okay, I see what's going on. I see what's going on. Now, why did they do it that way? So the actual inside elbow joint piece, this piece here, is actually hitting this right here. This little nub right there, and it's pushing this up out of the way. Like that. But that's not... That just pulls this off, so it's like... Why did they do it that way? That doesn't make any sense. I do not understand. Okay, so without actually bending that, that's as far as the elbow joint would go. Like that. Which is not bad, but it's not like a full 180 bend. But to get the 180 bend, you'd have to push farther and just push this piece off. So there's nothing in here really stopping it from doing that. So we can just knock that piece off eventually. Like that. That almost feels like bad design to me. Because that was something that was mentioned in a couple other reviewers I saw who mentioned that. And I wasn't quite sure what was going on until I actually built this. So yeah. And that just feels like a design oversight to me. Because that should not be happening. But it happens anyway. Interesting. Okay, well, I'll have to keep that in mind. For the review when I get there. And, oh, the other arm parts are right here. I will point out something kind of unnecessary here that I kind of did, and I didn't realize this while I was doing this. You do get the little trigger finger hands with this kit, but you don't need these. These are kind of useless. You don't really need to have those. So, but I had those anyway, so I just kind of put them on here. Yeah. It's gonna do the same thing on this arm too. Of course it would. I'm definitely going to classify that as a design oversight. Because it feels like unintentional behavior. I mean, but it wouldn't be that hard to fix. I mean, if you were being a professional builder, you could just trim this piece out here, and then you wouldn't have to worry about this popping out when you do that. Or just glue it in place and then it wouldn't move at all, then you'd be limited to this type of articulation right there. So you would have to make a choice there without it like popping out on you. So that should put that on. Don't don't leave out parts. Alright, these are just hand parts. Okay, legs. Left leg. This one. Rats. And they're like ants. They just kind of show up and it's like... Man. Close. Hold on. Oop. Okay. I know, bots. I'm gonna get bots. Alright, let me see how much of this I can do before I have to take stuff apart here. I think I should be able to get most of it on here. So this is going to attach into these parts for the ankle. Like so, okay. Oh, I should probably put that on first. Maybe we should do that first. Hold on, I'm just wondering for a second if I did that right. Okay, there we go. I was just wondering for a second because it was like sticking like way up, and I was like, hold on a second. And that can't be right. And then it's like, I looked at it again, it's like, wait a minute. How else would it be? It wouldn't be anywhere, like anything else, would it? Okay, so this has to face the outside. That's right. This one faces outside. Okay. The markings face on the outside of the kit, not the inside. And I guess that's the way it's supposed to be. Okay, well, who am I to argue with that? Okay, okay. I was just double checking something here because I wasn't sure if this piece needed to come back off again, but apparently this goes over it. Which seems a little strange to me, but that's the way it seems to be depicted, so it's going to be like that. Okay. So it does fit over that piece. Alright. I think I have to double check, like, are you sure that's what you want? Yep, that's what the instructions say. And this needs to go on here. We go. And that's the leg. Oop, and pop that out. Get back in there. I'll admit, like, when I started building this kit, I thought there were missiles in the knees. I don't know why I thought that. I think I must have been thinking of the dynamis. But no, there are no missiles that come out of the knees on the Buster Gundam. But I'll be honest, I don't see why they couldn't do that. I guess because I'm thinking kind of looks like the same thing as the hatches here on the shoulder. That it would open up. But no, they don't. It's just there's nothing there. It's just a knee. It's just a knee part. All right, so there's your right leg. Left leg. That's going to be mostly the same thing. Alright. Yeah. Do the PTs first. PTs. Ooh, get on there. There we go. You know, the only really interesting thing about the internal frame, but I have found interesting, is that I had this little flap right here for the front, just to kind of make it easier to put this piece on. Otherwise, I don't think this really serves any purpose. It's just kind of there to make the thing easier to put together. Like I don't know why I thought to do that. Yes, keep playing music. I'm not done yet here. I just thought that was interesting. It's like this little flap serves no other purpose than to just make it easier to build the frame. Yeah, this piece goes on the inside. That's right. That one goes there. This one goes on this side. It'll stay in there. Monitor, why are you bugging out again? Actually, my bitrate is actually normal now, so there's no reason for my monitor stream to be bugging out. I'm at almost 2 hours here, which is actually fine. I'm making actually good progress here. Because we are almost done with the main body here. And now you have another leg. Okay. Alright. Waist piece. The waist. In the middle joint of the body. Where the legs connect to the torso. You have to connect through this. Okay, I don't think I need to take anything apart here, so I think I'm okay there. I think the rest of this is pretty straightforward here. Just that needs to go on here, there, and on the back. There. And just goes here. And this goes on the back. Here we have the book flap, and you know, I'm as much as confident as I am trying to move fast, and it's like, you didn't put the little orange piece in. Why didn't you put the orange piece in? Well, now I'm putting it in. There. That's what happens when you rush ahead. There we go. Now it's right. So the little ball joint sockets back here don't serve any purpose. At least not on this kit. I'm guessing on the Strike Gundam or the Blitz or Duel, maybe they do. But not on this kit. Like, nope. Nope, we don't serve any purpose here. I find it interesting that they made these two separate pieces. When, you know, they made the ones on the back like one piece. But the skirt armor segments they made separate on the front. I wonder why they did that, because just kind of looking at it, there wasn't really much of a reason to do that. Like, these two pieces could have just been one piece and just snapped on here. Instead they're like separate. I guess wanted to make sure they got the sharp angle on here, maybe. It's kind of the only reason I can think of. Okay. And these just Go like that. And that's it. So you do kind of have this little hole right here, which I'm thinking is only for the adjustable hip mechanism. Yeah, there's just a little gap for that. That's all it is. Alrighty. So we have the base Buster Gundam itself all together now. I'm just gotta watch out for not overextending the elbow joint, otherwise stuff will start falling off. So let's see what the waist does here. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. That's actually pretty good for a waist bend. A little bit back and then a little bit forwards. Okay, not bad. Getting a little hung up on itself a little bit here. Yeah, there we go. And cup attach. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those cup attaches I see that you can't really grab onto. Well, let me find a toothpick, see if that'll open it up. There we go. So it just kind of opens up like so. Alright. And it seals back up. So yeah, there's kind of I can't grab it. Can't. It's like that scene from the chosen one from Kung Pao trying to like grab the little triangle little thingies off of Betty. It's like can't grab it. There is like a really, really tiny little gap, like right here. You can kind of stick a toothpick in and just pry it out a little bit. And that's enough to kind of open it up. So otherwise, I can't open this with my bare fingers. Just doesn't happen. All right. Missiles. I do think that Buster Gundam is kind of a nice looking Gundam. It's not really overly complicated or over designed. I guess is what I want to say. It's not over designed like some of the Gundams and Gundam Seed tend to be. So it's simple and effective, but it does kind of lack any type of close range weaponry though. That is the one downside about it. There's not much for accessories. You only have the two guns that come with it. And we're going to build those now. So this can stand aside. Because we have guns. And while I'm at it, there's my little Duca. He's gonna go over there. And action base connector. Gonna go over there. And we're just gonna move most of this over here. So I can see what I'm doing here. Alright, so there is a right and left gun. If you do forget kind of which is which, there are these little stickers I put on them, which is like, this one has a little R on it. This one's got a little L on it. So you know which one is right and left. In case you forget. Same thing on some of these other parts here, which is kind of hard to see, but it's on there. But I generally go by the shape of the parts. So this is going to be this right here. You truly don't get to understand a Gundam or Gunpla until you actually build it. Then it's like, oh, now I get it. Now I get how this works. Because until you do, it's a little bit of a mystery. It's like, oh, that's a cool looking piece. I wonder how that works. Well, you gotta build it first before you can understand it. I'm pretty sure that's the piece that's supposed to go there, right? Yeah, that's the only thing there. Right. Okay, I see how it's supposed to work there. There's a little... This piece goes in here. And that back, and a little tiny clear piece needs to go in here. I can get it in there. My fat butterfingers. Quit dropping things. It is a bit of a tight fit. And that's not really in there all the way. Let me see, what do I need to do here? We might need to make an adjustment here. Okay, yeah, that's... Oh, nope. Okay. I need to kind of carefully pop this back out again, because that is a bit tight. It may be because of the paint, but I need to get my knife and make an adjustment. This is just a little tight in here. This could just be because the mold is getting old on this thing. And sometimes edges and joints can be off by just like a few microns. And then it gets like too tight to put something in. Or it gets too loose. The opposite can happen also. Let me try again, see if that'll fit in there a little better without me having to force it so much. Like, I don't need to be loose, just snug. And that is already feeling better. Alright, that's in there right now. Okay. That's all I need to do. Just take a little bit of that plastic out. And now it's in there. It goes on there. And one of these goes on here. Let's get this back apart. Because my other clear piece goes in here. Right there. And now this can go back together. Oh, okay, I see. It's gotta go that way. Lots and lots of little parts on this thing. For a gun. This needs to go there. With one of the handles. Needs to face this way. And now this piece can go on like this. Nope. Get back on there. Alright, so that goes on there. That'll slide back. And you put the little covers on the front here like this. Before I lose these. I almost lost these little pieces here. Because they're so tiny and insignificant. But I didn't lose them, I found them. And well, I don't think they're gonna fall off, but these are probably parts to keep an eye on so they don't come back off again. Alright. And the other piece here is kind of... It's this piece here. Alright. And one of these. And another handle piece. Like so. It's probably this one that goes on here. That would make sense. Okay. Alright, so now there's the beam cannon. The adjustable grip. What? This grip here. Okay. Very neat. Also, I noticed when just doing this, this is the only piece that has scopes on it. This one does not have any scopes on it. I think I'm probably... Let's zoom out a little bit here. Alright. This one here. Okay, we already got that piece on there. Let's see where it is. This one go together. Shotgun piece. I should probably put those pieces on first, shouldn't I? Where are they? Give me these things. Put them on. This needs to go like this. Okay, yeah, that looks right. It might just because the ABS plastic was a little not quite straight. That just looks kind of weird. Cause yeah, it is. Okay, yeah, it is. It is slightly has a slight curve to it, and that just happens sometimes. Happens with beam sabers all the time. Oh well, it's not that big a deal. This would slide back and forth like so. Okay. Man, I feel the pain for anybody that tries to paint these things, because there's some tight tolerances on these parts. And it's like, I just pulled that piece out, didn't I? I did do that. Because if you get any paint on here, you're gonna have to like rejigger, re-engineer these entire parts so that they don't get stuck on the paint. Or if there is paint on here, they're gonna scrape the paint off. Yeah. Yeah, anybody who's thinking about painting these things, you're gonna have some thinking to do. Alright. I guess that's it for... That's not it for the guns. I don't have this piece on. Where's this go? This goes on the back. We're not done yet. Alright, now you're done with the guns. Alright. So... Alright, there is one thing I want to see here. How do these things go together? Is it going to pull itself apart when I try to take this back apart again? Okay, nope. And this goes into this end. Oh, okay. Alright. Okay, it wasn't nearly as hard as I thought it would be. I was worried these were going to pull themselves apart. That's why I was kind of checking this here. But, okay, nope. Alright, they're good. These are two, guns. Put those aside for a moment. Because now we gotta put the joint piece together. I dropped my phone. Get back up. Okay, this one. This is the one that goes on this side. So this is the left side. That means I need this one. And I can barely read these. Left, okay. This side. And there's the right side. The right side, okay. And go like this here. Now I need to attach. So shotgun goes on the right side. Like that. And I find it interesting, these actually attach to the waist. They don't attach to the backpack like you would expect them to. They actually attach to this little clip right here. But they are held in by a support on the back. Plugged in. If you can get it in there. It would be like that. No. This part's gonna be annoying. It's just gonna keep popping off. I suppose I could put a dab of glue on that later. Get that on there. Okay, so I guess that is the Buster Gundam. We'll get her. It is pretty nice looking. That's, you know, despite like a few little quibbles here and there, it is a nice looking kit when it's all together. So let's see, with the weapons, they need to detach and swing forward. Alright, let me try and see how well this part sticks. Okay, well that's not really supposed to happen, but give me that. It needs to go back in there. So how much of a pain in the ass is it to pose with these things? That needs to go like that. Needs to... Well. Come on. There. I can kind of get this to where it needs to be. So that's like that, and this is coming off again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to glue that on. That's just gonna get annoying. I don't think this will go forward anymore. Oh yeah, this is not the easiest thing to pose. Okay, so we can get the hand like that. And we want to use the open fist. I can actually fingernail this on here. Oh, it'll be easy to pose this thing once you get it all together. Sure it will. I can't see where the slot is. There we go, got it. Just far easier said than done. Can't get the hand piece on here without everything falling apart. There we go, I got it. So that is a possible pose. It's like you really gotta bend the arm back a bit for that. Like, I kind of feel like the grip should be a little further forward, just for ease of articulation. But, yeah, there we go. And you'd have to wind up doing the same thing for the other side. See if I can do it without fewer things falling off here. I'll get into like one pose here before I close out. Where did this come from? Right there. Get back on. So let me try a different way of doing this. Can I just slip that around? Yeah, okay, that's the easier way to do it. Just put the handpiece on and slip it around that. It'll be far easier than trying to finagle it on there. See if I can square up the shoulders here. You can kind of get this kind of classic Buster Gundam pose, firing both of its guns at the same time. So you have like that. If it can balance itself. Alright, keep grabbing things and parts keep falling off. Why does that keep happening? Okay. Okay. There is the Master Grade Buster Gundam. Pretty neat kit. I will probably do my review this weekend of it. Well, I'll try to. I gotta take pictures and everything of this first, so I gotta spend some time on that. I'll probably do that later in the week. It is pretty nice looking. I do give it that. I mean, most of the, well, at least the not overly busy Gundam seed design I generally do kind of like. Actually, I wouldn't mind checking out the other seed Master Grades, the Duel and the Blitz at some point. I've already built the Aegis, which I built, I think it was last year when I did the Aegis. It's a very different kit than this, so yeah. Fire all the guns. Doesn't quite have as many guns on him as the heavy arms, but pretty neat. Not quite as many missiles as the Dynames, but it's another Gundam with guns. So it's always a nice thing to have, so. Alright, so I guess that's probably going to be it. Like I mentioned, review video. Probably, if I get it done this weekend, it'll be up on Monday as usual on my YouTube channel. So, anyway, that'll be it. Thank you for watching. And hopefully tomorrow night I will continue with Xenosaga. Getting close to the end on that. I think it's probably tomorrow night we'll do the side quest stuff, and then probably one more stream, and that'll be it. So, alright, that'll be it. Bye-bye.